Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I am your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I welcome you back to Danganronpa, Trigger Hatty Havoc for Act 2. Who's the next one to be murdered? Well, let us quickly head on in and find out. Another murder has happened. How is the Snatcher so good at making us kill each other? This time we lost the guy that sells me badges. I liked them. Superpowers are awesome. Everyone was a lot more separated this time, so almost everyone is a potential killer. I don't think anyone is pointing fingers, actually. I guess that means everyone is equally clueless. This might be bad. Let us begin the case. Well, that took a while to load. Well, here we go again. Maybe I'm making an assumption, but you've heard of, watched, yes, I am, we all played through Trial 1. Yeah, we have. Great, that saves on explanations on what to expect. Now then, here's how the incident played out as far as we know. The ultimate salesperson, the badge seller, was found dead in the hallway. We don't really have any strong leads. The trials are about to start. Show me the evidence! What's the Minions account? The Minions account. The subconite was inside of the infirmary well before the murder, though they won't specify why. They had noticed that a sedative bottle was missing. Sedative lasts 20 to 30 minutes, as well as a lot of blood packs. Ooh. What else would... the director's account. The tourist, penguin, and owl all checked on a disturbance during the murder. The disturbance being a loud argument between DJ Grooves and the conductor on floor 2. Such a common occurrence, that. Motive. Snatcher showed us each individualized VHS tapes of our loved ones in captivity, with the threat to kill them if someone doesn't turn up dead. It's much better and scarier than that stupid first motive that did nothing. In fact, the murder happened the day after we got the tapes. Fair enough. Snatcher file. The badge seller was killed around 10:53 by a stab wound to the neck in the hallway between the infirmary and the bathroom on the first floor. More options. We already know the class trial rules. BoKid's account. BoKid browsed for badges at the badge seller before entering the bathroom to search for pawns. She failed. Around 10:50-ish. She hid in the stall after hearing a loud gash. The culprit entered and flushed evidence down the toilet. They took an absurd amount of time to leave. She was still in there well afterwards. Ooh. Bloody knife. A knife coated in blood. Emphasis on coated. It looks like someone just dipped it in liquid instead of actually killing someone with it. Snatcher, what did you do? Impromptu investigation. Core requested help investigating the auditorium when blood was discovered inside around 10:47. The group composed of Hat Kid, the Mafia Goof, and the Owl. So we're already getting motives, I see. Core claims that after he left to find more investigators, they were sedated and taken away to be plated as the murderer. They ran off to get the improv team, and the four of them discovered the body together at 11:20-ish. Okay, so because there's four of them, that doesn't really take out that rule from the class trial. Bloodstains. Blood color jokes aside, there was an awful lot of blood in the first floor auditorium. Clogged toilet. The girls' bathroom toilet was clogged. Gross. At least the toilet isn't trying to kill you. Lunch prep. Cooking Cat was preparing everyone's lunch in here. The Nomads saw them in there around 11:30. There was an awful stink in there, which, according to Cooking Cat, was because the Mafia Goof snuck in earlier, and they had to swap out and throw away the bad food fast. Graffiti? A graffiti icon, that is unmistakably the work of Mafia Girl, was found on the wall of the gift shop. It was definitely not there yesterday. Ooh. Gift shop contents. There are several items on sale, but all through the capsule vending machine. It ranges from knives and tarps to dolls and spray paint. Everyone gets 3 free tokens for the vending machine. Well, I think it's time for us to start a trial! Ha 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 ha! Ready? Great. I think you already know the ropes, kiddo. Solve the case or get axed! Unless you did it, in which case, don't do that! Alright, let's get this started! So everyone is going... So is everyone going to start this off by screaming like idiots again? Because I'd rather not do that again. Obviously not! We gotta start off with alibis! It's more effective than going one at a time right off the bat. Yeesh, is she cranky or what? So, as of now, Core is like the most likely suspect. I'd never do that! Calm down, darling, we're not accusing you of murder yet, we just started. We wouldn't want a repeat of last time, right? Sorry. Being violently abducted and framed has made an impact on me. I apologize for my jumpy behavior. We'd better get started. Whose alibi is first? Looks like everyone's starting to actually work together a little. Better enjoy it while it lasts. Let's keep an eye on this then. They changed the center, I see. So we need to find out who was there when the badge seller died. Mafia investigating auditorium with Owl and Little Hat Girl. There were a lot of people crowding around the second floor cafe. There was me and a bunch of birds, all of them except the core agent. I can vouch for both of those. You were in both places at once? Perhaps our fellow Express Owl was investigating the disturbance. They were so loud that I was worried something happened, so I went to see what happened. In retrospect, splitting from the group while a murderer was on the loose was not my smartest move. I don't think that'd be enough time to clean up blood from his clothes if he was the culprit. So we can agree that there's nothing wrong with anyone's testimony so far, right? What will you add to this? I don't think there's anything wrong, no. Agree! Agree! Did I just see a picture of Junko in the background? Looks like we can all agree that it can't be the Mafia, Hat Kid, DJ Grooves, the Conductor, the Owl, the Penguin, or the Tourist, right? That still leaves us with about 6 people. I was in the gift shop trying to get new spray paint, but I don't know where to find Snatcher tokens. Also, who designed the gift shop to have every item sold through a capsule vending machine thing? Why can't I just buy the thing I want? The better question is why my own machine in my spaceship's living room does the same thing. It's my property. Why can't I just open it up and get my clothes and music out of it? I was in the kitchen, same as usual. Though I should probably ask, did anyone steal a knife from the kitchen again? That sounds like the murder weapon. Hold that thought! We still have alibis to go over! If we sidetrack all over the place instead of focusing, we could miss important details. That's a pretty good point. I was in the library on the second floor reading a book I was recommended. I was kidnapped, sedated, and stuffed in an unfamiliar room. I was stuffed in the bathroom closet, coated in blood. But I'd never have run off to tell everyone a murder happened. If it was me, I'd have tried to clean up the evidence that incriminates me. He has a point. Unless he's trying to counteract that point. But you could have faked being the victim to throw us off and think you're innocent. Precisely. But that's such a stupid risk. I don't even have arms to hold the knife to actually stab anyone. Not having arms sounds pretty difficult. How does he write his name with a pen in his beak? The murder weapon seems like to be the knife from the kitchen. You don't have a very good alibi either, since you were in the bathroom right next to the crime scene. You're just glad it isn't trial 3 right now. Otherwise it'd be two dead bodies. Cause trial 3 is always the double. And you'd probably be dead. The bathroom? Did you see them stuff core in the closet? The door was opened, but you didn't get a good view. I guess you would have told us who it was by now if you could have, unless, of course, it was you. But we're not there yet. Hey, Subconite, you're up. Oh, I was, in the library with me. What's wrong with telling them that? Why would someone be hesitant to prove their innocence? I love how Snatcher's interested too. He looks very displeased. That's a little worrisome. Moving on, that's everyone, right? If so, what was the weapon used? The weapon used, the badge seller was killed from a neck stab wound. That's right, stab wound to the neck, which means the weapon could be the knife or another sharp object. I couldn't find anything else coated in blood other than the knife. But was that really it? An alternate possibility is there is a knife that the knife was merely used to frame me, but wasn't the real weapon. There's no way we can determine the weapon without an autopsy report derailing the fatal wound from specific measurements. Would you be able to do it? How am I supposed to do that when the bodies always explode into pink blood upon death? Then we investigate the knife. Ah. So we need to figure out if the knife was used to kill them. Whether or not it was difficult to assert. Between the two possibilities, I believe it is the murder weapon. It would be weird if they didn't use it. It's not like we can identify the killer from a random knife. I think the evidence is faked. Snatcher faked evidence last case just to be a jerk. He'd do it again. Constantly accusing me is starting to get irritating. Was there anything special about the knife? I couldn't get a good look at it. The knife looked pretty weird to me. Whether or not the knife really was the murder weapon could change everything. It sounded like the evidence was faked, honestly.
Ladies and gentlemen!
What are the ladies and gentlemen? The knife was pretty obviously coated instead of splattered with blood. The layer was too perfect. Why do you know that? I've been helping you make movies, remember? Even if I didn't, it still looked pretty fake. Clearly our culprit lacks the aesthetics. So we can agree that the knife wasn't the weapon because of the coated layer. But is that all there is to it? Wouldn't the culprit try doing a better job at hiding the crime? Mafia have to agree with scary little red-hooded girl. Knife is strange. Perhaps it was coated so obviously to look fake, but really was the weapon? This lack of hard evidence is complexing. There must be something. Yeah. Like a beak. Right, bird? That knife is suspicious. How and why was it coated? Could it have come from the body? Maybe the knife wasn't coated in blood? Maybe it was coated in something else? Perhaps they got the blood from themselves. Actually, that probably killed them. Never mind. There was also blood in the auditorium, far away from the crime scene. Where did it all come from? There's way too much blood for just a single body. But there wasn't any blood lying around, is there? Where did it come from? Someone has to know. There's 13 of us here. Someone definitely knows. What should we do? I think blood lying around. Minions account!
Step, kid!
Haha! I don't know, it's a Danganronpa reference, look it up. I know where the blood came from! You do? That's great to hear! Where did it come from? The infirmary is missing several blood packs. That means that the blood could have easily been used as a diversion in the auditorium and coated the knife. In fact, there's something I want to check related to the investigation in the auditorium. Something inconsistent with the other evidence. When it happened? When did you all start searching the auditorium? If you remember correctly, it was around 10:40 to 10:50-ish. Awesome! Now, when did they die? The stature file says... Are you sure it was 10:40 to 50? Yeah, that's right. Wait. The murder happened after we found the blood in the auditorium. What? So the auditorium has nothing to do with the murder? It might have been used as a distraction to divert attention away from the victim. Why else would the blood packs be missing? An inquiry. Were there sedatives in the infirmary as well? If so, then that would also explain why I was knocked out cold. Interesting you mention that, because there was a bottle of sedatives missing from the medicine cabinets. This definitely explains a lot, but it doesn't narrow down our 4 remaining choices. We still have the angry little girl again, Cooking Cat, the Crow Ancient Watch, and the little girl with the bow. Of the 4 options, Bow, Kid, and Claw stand out as the most likely candidates. But it also could have been Mustache Girl or Cooking Cat who drugged Core, stuffed him in the closet and framed him. Actually, that doesn't really sound like something either of them would do. Cooking Cat was trying to prevent casualties, and Mustache Girl isn't... Oh wait, this is her speaking now. Actually, that doesn't really sound like either of them would do. Cooking Cat was trying to prevent casualties, and Mustache Girl isn't very subtle. But the point is not to get caught, and the intent of the person is difficult to be sure of. Bo Kid didn't do it. Right? Darlings, I think we can all agree that both Core and the little girl next to him are the most suspicious. That doesn't mean you two are off the hook yet. Noted. So the murder was next to the bathroom and the evidence was supposedly flushed down the toilet, right? Did anyone unclog it to see what the evidence was? Yes. Thank goodness, a lead. What was in there? A sedative bottle was lodged inside and caused the clog. If anything else was flushed, like clothes, it would have been torn to pieces. Maybe something more conclusive? I'm afraid not. You're more quiet than usual now. Toilets are gross! Next topic! Oh yeah, we have PTSD from that damn toilet, don't we? So, was the bottle opened? Yeah, it was, which means Core's story still holds up. Well, kinda. It's just more likely he's telling the truth now. It's not conclusive though, so I don't know. It could or it couldn't be him. Alright, little girl, you're the next best subject, and you're gonna have to tell us everything. You tried to tell everyone what you already told them earlier. So you went off to see the bachelor, and he died right after you visited him, and your excuse is that you went to the bathroom to find pawns? Old habits die hard, but hey, you found a snatcher token in there, so that's a plus. Unfortunately, you look very guilty right now.
I see it in your eyes. You're a lass up to no good in my book. If you ain't, you're got to prove it.
You could have easily committed the murder, lassie! That's a weak alibi, and I'd like to hear you counter this! You could have killed him right there and fled to the bathroom until everything blew over. Your excuse for searching for pawns is completely invalid because there are no pawns anywhere in this building. You can't blame me for getting my hopes up. I was just kind of hoping that maybe I could find another way. You could have stuck Claw into the closet in the bathroom after your job was done. Then you flushed away your evidence. You waited until he awoke, covered in blood, fearing for life, and fled to finally find an escape. What's the Snatcher's file say? That file proof is nothing! Don't bother trying to feed me with that garbage, because I'm not falling for it. Dang it, the time of death won't help my argument. You could have killed him right there. Okay, skip through all this. Trigger finger. Afterwards, all you had to do was wash off in the shower. Or rather, since you very well could be lying about all of this, you ran off well beforehand. What? Then what about my account? Yeah, you found her inside of the bathroom, not covered in blood or anything well afterwards. The culprit wouldn't do that. But this brings up a different question. We're assuming the culprit shoved Core into the girl's bathroom. Shoved Core into the girl's bathroom or the boy's bathroom. I was inside of the boy's bathroom, I think. I'm not certain. I was too panicked to look. Based on what you know, he'd have had to have been stuffed in the boy's room. Otherwise, he'd have fled while you were waiting in there. Then it appears I was in the boy's room. I do not believe our fellow detective here is the culprit. It is quite possible that both our statements are true. I hope that is the case. I'm still not convinced. Don't you have a murder weapon for your own, lassie? You love swinging around that pink umbrella. Don't you? How do we know that doesn't already have blood all over it, and we can't see it? He's not wrong about that, but he is wrong about something. Here is a new feature for Hangman's Gambit version 2. Skipping. If you're stuck because of a bug, you can skip past it now. I'd recommend at least trying it once though, but I can't force you to now. What? Will you skip this part? No. Why can't the umbrella be the murder weapon? I can only put in one letter at a time, apparently. Put everything on the keyboard, one at a time. Oh, I got the T. U, I, A, S, D, D, F, G, H, J, K, L. Okay, we got an L. Z, X, C, V, B. Blunt! Blunt! Yeah, the umbrella's tip is a bit too blunt to be the murder weapon. Yeah, that umbrella tip isn't sharp enough to stab someone. You could easily kill someone, yeah, but not by impalement or stabbing. I think the file would have said blunt instead if that were the case. You could probably still impale someone with it if you struck fast enough. In the neck, though? Okay, that might be pretty hard with a small target. Unless they were sneak attacked. Probably for the best not to bring up how your umbrella seems to materialize and dematerialize over and over again just to avoid another time-wasting argument. Anything else about her we can move on? Not that I can think of. The knife came from the kitchen, yes? Perhaps Cat used it. You seriously doubt this is gonna go anywhere? be the killer. I was in the kitchen almost all day. Mafia in kitchen before crime, and little and tiny kitten not there. Mafia was there when Mafia made breakfast. I didn't see them when the directors were fighting. They could have been off committing the murder and lied that they were in the kitchen. Why would I lie about something like this? Even the nicest person has a dark side, darling. Would they really do it? I know the knife is from the kitchen and all, but still. We have to determine all possibilities to apprehend the criminal. Let's check our evidence again, see if we can clear this up. There must be something here. The fact they're in the kitchen, I'm not quite sure what to say here, honestly. Mafia made breakfast, lunch bread. Ah, the counter! I don't think Cooking Cat is our culprit. They were in the kitchen preparing our lunches and dealing with breakfast. Breakfast? Did they burn it and make another or something? Why don't we let a member of the Mafia of Cooks explain? Oh God, don't tell me that wretched stink was your doing. Mafia mildly offended by that comment. Mafia is great cook. Tiny kitten swap out food again. Do you really need to ask that question? We wouldn't eat it! We wouldn't eat it otherwise! She's not wrong, but she's being a harsh. While I'm thinking about it, that leaves you. Here we go again. I was in the gift shop dealing with the capsule machine thing. I think we could back her up here. What proves she was there? Her graffiti. I'm glad someone else noticed that. Looks like there's proof that I was in the gift shop, and someone to back me up on that. But that just proves you were there. It doesn't prove that you were there when the murder happened. And is that all you've got out of that machine? The gift shop is full of supplies that are good for getting away with murder. Yeah, but it's completely random chance. Weren't you complaining about that 5 minutes ago? Did it take a few tries before you got what you wanted? I know exactly where this will go, but denying it will make everything worse. Yes, I got more than just the spray paint. However, both the tarp and the mallet I got are still in the wrapping in my room, and I showed it to someone else when I heard about the murder, so you won't accuse me again! Okay, but that doesn't mean you didn't get more items than that. Actually, yes it does. Here's why. Limited tokens. Everyone gets 3 tokens, and I just showed proof that I used all of mine. Any counter-arguments? You just said you found a coin in the bathroom. Why is that? Are you kidding me? I didn't even think about that. She seems very annoyed that her already not very good alibi is further put into question. Then again, she was heavily accused last trial. Who knows? Maybe you can figure out whose coin it is. You just noticed you're short a token. Alright everyone, check your pockets and show us your coins! Will that even matter? 3 people who might have dropped their stature coins are dead. This is such a pain. Now I look guilty again! Ah! Well, now we're no further than we were post-alibis. Isn't there any conclusive evidence here? I think I know who did it, but... Oh shoot, this is bad. None of the evidence we collected helps us conclusively figure out who did it. Is there no evidence we can use to figure this out? What do we do? Heh! We're screwed if this keeps up. Time is running out. It must have been Bo-Kid. Her alibi is clearly the worst. It conflicts with most of the testimony. But Caw's testimony isn't very good either. They could have faked it the whole time. You're saying that you've been saying that since we've started. Your evidence isn't good either. Nothing. I'm saying that. I bet you're the one who killed the badge seller and framed Claw from the start. I wasn't even... You did it. I know you did it. Mafia not know what to think right now. Mafia has gut feeling that scary red-hooded girl is not culprit, but Mafia not sure if Mafia should trust gut feeling. Gut feeling has been wrong before. Is nobody going to accuse me? I'm glad I'm not, but I don't know. It seems weird that I'm the only one nobody's accusing. I knew you did it! But I didn't! Why did you do it? Answer me! You know for a fact you didn't. You killed them, didn't you? I would never do that! This just keeps going on. This just keeps going and going. Almost everyone is screaming now. Let's clear my throat. Wait! Why are they staying silent while everyone is stuck in the scream fest? What are they waiting for? Ooh. You know you didn't do it. Shut up, Picnic! It could have easily been you! Darling, you don't have a leg to stand on. You had access to murder weapons. And even if you didn't use one from the gift shop, you could have used the knife. Ain't that right, kid? You did it. Confess already. Sod off! I'm telling you that it wasn't me. I never even went to the kitchen to get the knife. And there are way sketchier people here with worse alibis. This repeated accusation is getting vexing. I was kidnapped for Peck's sake. And yet you still accuse me? Mafia not know anymore. Mafia not sure if it's little girl, shady bird, or tiny kitten. Oh yeah, nobody really accused Cooking Cat all that much, did they? Yeah, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Everyone calm down, please. If we don't stay calm and think about this rationally, then we'll all die. Yep, can't die yet because I want to go home! I want to see my friends and family again! Now's your chance! Hurry! What will you use? Motive. No, that's wrong. Crap! What was I thinking? I gotta make everyone shut up and catch the killer off guard. I missed my chance. They're all screaming again. Oh crap, I did it twice. We don't have too much time. We gotta skip through all this. What about never went to the kitchen? We don't have much time for this. I have no idea what this is saying. What's the answer? I literally have no idea what the answer is. Oh, there were more. Aha, we got it! I didn't see there was more options. If we can't do this, then our loved ones will... Mafia can't see other Mafia again if Mafia is dead. But my neighbors in town, would they even miss me after what I did? Everyone is looking more distressed now at the thought of dying. The despair of leaving behind loved ones to mourn them is taking over. What do they have to gain from this? Why make everyone feel despair like this? Will the other owls even notice I'm gone? Did they notice yet? The others would hate it if both me and Boss died. How did it come to this? Darlings, if I don't make it, please know your support means the world to me. Please, let my grandkids be safe. I'll see them again, soon. What did I just hear? Does that look like the face of despair? Not really. They seem hopeful. Wait, is that why you wanted me to give you this setup? Because the one who lives gets to see their family again? Leave the rest to me. I'm about to crush that hope to dust by catching them red-handed. They'll be caught like deer in headlights that way. If they didn't do it, they wouldn't stumble and immediately deny it. If I use this, I can catch them off guard. That's not what I need to use. Evidence. What evidence would you like to look at? The Improv 2 investigation. Core requested help investigating the auditorium when blood was discovered inside around 10:47. The group was composed of Hat Kid, Mafia, Goof, and Owl. Then Core claims that after he left to find more investigators, they were sedated and taken away to be plated as the murderer. They ran off to get the Improv 2, and the four of them discovered the body together at... Yes, there's more. Class trial rules. Class trial rules, yeah. We know the class trial rules. The Bow Kid's account browsed for badges. She was still in there well afterwards. There are several items on sale, but they're all from the vending machine. It ranges from knives to tarps and dolls and spray paint. Good luck out there. Does that look like the face of despair? Not really. They seem hopeful. Wait, is that why you wanted me to give them... What do you want me to do right now? You're confronting who you think the murderer is that cornered you. You're confronting who you think the murderer that cornered you is about this. What is it, fellow detective? You ask if Core was punished for anything recently. What are you talking about? Looks like someone else noticed too. Ha! Well, isn't that something? Isn't it weird how you got drugged and slept in the closet? Closets don't count as dorm rooms. After all, that's a violation! Being punished for a rule violation from the Snatcher? You'd have a hard time forgetting that. So what was a creep like you doing in the girls' bathroom? Would you have murdered a little girl in cold blood to get away with your sick crime? That sounds disgusting already. Why the girls' bathroom? This jerk will pay for this. I don't... How did it feel to slice his neck? Won't your loved ones be disgusted once they find out you did this? I didn't do it, I swear, I'd never do that. It's simple. You murdered someone and tampered with the evidence. You did a good job too. Too bad you forgot the rules. Shut up already. That was pretty creepy. Thanks, I tried my best. He can deny it all he wants, but he'll just dig the grave deeper. That wasn't really a compliment, though. That's not true! It couldn't have been me! I was in the boys' bathroom, remember? Also, I don't have hands. How could I have stabbed anything with enough precision for a fatal wound like that? Now that you know who it was, I might be able to answer those questions. I hate to interrupt the pace, but there's something I should mention about the upcoming Logic Dive event. As you go down the steep hill, there's going to be 3 questions displayed at the bottom of the screen. They're important, so don't ignore them. I know that's awkward and inconsistent since there were white noise, I know that's awkward and inconsistent since that's where the white noise is displayed, but it allows you to control your sliding and while the question is displayed. Did Core go into the boys or girls bathroom? Left for the boys, right for the girls. I'm kind of stuck right now, so... You know what, I'm just gonna fall off now because I can actually then, you know, properly slide. What else are we gonna find? As I said, it was his beak! Correct! Oh! So it was telling us whether we went to right or left. Why did they go in the girls' bathroom? Left for gender ratio, center for close to the crime, right because they're a creep. I think because it's closer to the crime. Oh, damn it. This doesn't slide very well, you know. Run, 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 run. Wait, I can just scooter down, can't I? Scooter power! Oh, wait, no scooter power. Then what about because he's a creep? Actually, yeah, he is a creep. Oh, for God's sake. I don't even remember what the left option was. I like how bouncy we are down here. Correct, at last. What was the real murder weapon? Left, hit the knife. The center, his beak. Right, his talons. His beak! His bloody beak! Ha 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 ha!
Gotcha!
Knew it! I knew it! I called it from the start! That's the only thing that makes sense. He went to the girls' bathroom because there's almost no girls here by comparison to boys, making it a better spot to hide in, just in case someone came along and found the body. And the weapon wasn't the knife. He coated it in blood to prevent us from knowing it really wasn't the murder weapon and dragged this out longer. Instead, he instead brought a whole new meaning to the term heck neck. That beak is sharp, perfect for a killing blow. Honestly, he probably would have gotten away with it if the subcon didn't say anything. And he still needs to explain how he wasn't punished for violating a rule. My beak? The boy-to-girl ratio? I wasn't punished because... So you didn't go in the bathroom because you're a sick creep. You did it because it's a better hiding spot because there's almost no girls here. That makes sense, I suppose, but it's still gross. We all know... all we know is the badge seller was stabbed in the neck, but it doesn't say by what. The detective's beak beak being the weapon still fits. Is everyone ready to vote? Time's almost up. I think we are. Told you from the start. Told you all it was him from the start. We know... No! That's not right! It wasn't me! I'd never do that! I don't know why I wasn't punished! I just wasn't! You gotta believe me! Please,
Leave this case to us.
I didn't do it! Screaming at me isn't gonna do you any favors. It was you! You killed them! I'll prove it was you! You're the killer! Everything you've said is a lie! You used the knife and pinned this on me! I can't even hold the stupid thing! You're grasping at straws here! Which one of these moves the plot forward? Class trial rules. What? You got another rule I broke to shove down my throat? Well, that didn't go well. I didn't pin this on you. You're pinning it on me right now since you're stuck in a corner. Maybe say something to prove you didn't do it. I shouldn't have to prove anything. I didn't do it. You stabbed the badge seller. The clogged toilet. You really expect to prove me guilty over a picking toilet? You drugged me and threw me in a closet. You flushed the bottles and the blood bags. Trigger finger. You did it. I refuse to listen to you any longer. Your lack of proof doesn't help you at all. You brought this on yourself. You have no proof. Do you even have any proof? You're framing me! I cut through the argument too fast. Oh, god damn it. You're framing me. Bloody knife. What do I say next? The only thing left is the clogged toilet. There's literally nothing to say. He doesn't like anything I've said. What do I say? There's no correct option. There is 4 options. I have used them all. Ah! He said you flushed the... I get what he said. Why do you know where the blood bag wrap went that never came up? That was my mistake for not noticing that. I apologize. Just end it already. Don't even bother wasting my time on a closing argument. Just let it end already. What? We can't have a trial without a closing argument! It's Danganronpa tradition! But Danganronpa 1 Trial 5 had no closing argument. And Danganronpa 2 Trial 6. Only V3 had closing arguments on every case. Also, how many of those Danganronpa conventions have we broken already? Nobody super important died in Trial 1. Sorry, Timmy and Mafia Boss, but neither of you are important. This trial had the first suspect actually do it, which pretty much never happens. The gender ratio heavily favors men instead of being a 50-50 split. None of us are teenagers. Debates don't let me shoot truth bullets at words. Neither of us protagonist characters are dudes with the personality of an inanimate object. Okay, I get it. We don't have to follow every Danganronpa trope in existence to the T. I'm just saying it feels a bit off and kind of disappointing. Called it from the start. Called it from the start. The votes are in. Core has been caught as the blackened. Looks like I get to savor these moments as judge, jury, and executioner. Why? I was so close. Now After that, he slowly slumped to the ground in the fetal position. At least I think it's the fetal position. It's that he doesn't have arms, so it's kind of hard to tell. Holy crap! Maybe I went too far. You did just kind of crush his hopes pretty quickly and thoroughly there. I guess he can't put up a great defense if his guard is down. I'm writing this down for later, for some totally not mafia-destroying plans. Why? Please, no. Dear God, he's completely broken now. I can't help but feel awful for him, even though he just brutally murdered an innocent merchant. But the motive? There are a lot of detectives in the Corps. Is that why you did it? They're safe, right? Snatcher got his murder, so now he can't kill them, right? I'm afraid that I am a man of my word. I can't do anything to them. I could kill them after the game ends, since those odd rules won't be in effect anymore, but I'd have to go very far out of my way to do that, and it just wouldn't be worth the hassle. I don't see them dying by my hands anytime soon. I guess my actions weren't in vain then. Why didn't you just say something if you wanted to make a heroic sacrifice? You almost killed us all! I wanted to live! I wanted to see the other agents again! You would have done it too! No one's arguing that. You all thought about it too, didn't you? You can't just let them die, can you? Why isn't anyone saying anything? You all weren't really considering it, were you? Out of all of them, I think Conductor has the best case for, you know, killing someone, considering they are literally his family. Was almost everyone here planning to murder? I gotta say, I wasn't expecting you all to have that much empathy in you, since so many of us have tried to kill each other already. Particularly that little girl. You are somehow even more convinced than before that he's trying his hardest to get someone to kill you. Well, the execution is waiting. Any last words? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Close enough. On to the execution! Insert execution sequence of Core getting killed in a locked room mystery scenario by poison gas here. Really? You couldn't be bothered to try and draw that? That's actually disappointing. Core just died. His body still wriggling a little was disturbing, since death doesn't happen until they blow up. Ow, that's actually a true point. He probably suffered for a very long time there. He's both a hero and a villain here. He killed someone for the sake of many others we all care for, but he also tried sacrificing us all. It's not a clear-cut battle of right and wrong when all of us are inherently selfish jerks. Once he started breaking down, it became difficult to watch that grown bird on the floor in tears. It was even more difficult watching them die. Looking around, though, it seems like someone else here was also affected by that motive. Could it have been anyone else here? Could one of them have become the Blackened if Core didn't act so fast? And the badge seller didn't really deserve to be stabbed down like that. They're probably one of the only people here who's neutral with everyone and not really good or evil. Weird and twitchy, but that's all. I'm gonna miss being able to buy badges from him. Well, let's talk to everyone then, see their final words. Mafia have bad feeling. Mafia feel like leaving will never happen at current pace. Current pace also bad. Nobody will be left if this go on much longer. Not gonna lie, that was pretty pecking scary. The trial and getting cornered in the bathroom. I know it's unlikely, but I really don't want to go through another trial. Too bad! We better be getting another trial! What do you want, kid? No, I wasn't crying. I'm stronger than that. Admitting you're scared isn't cowardice, it's bravery. You decide not to actually say that to her since you expect some sort of negative reaction. That trial got pretty distressing. Let's try to lighten the mood a little bit, okay? After I crash on my bed for a bit. All of this drama is terrible for my feathers. I hope the next floor of the building has a spa or something. I'm sorry, but I'm not in a great mood for talking. I'm not really in the mood for talking right now. That Snatcher is a glutton for others' punishment, and it's becoming more and more unnerving. Hey, you think there's another way out of here? I don't like being cooped up here, and the atmosphere is kind of disturbing. That's putting it mildly. Lass, I'm trying to think over everything that just happened. Mind giving me some space? That was a very close one. I hadn't thought about the rulebook at all. We really owe you for that. We cut it way too close. That almost ended very badly for us. I'm just glad we're alive. But I have a bad feeling about the boss. They must be referring to the death glare from earlier. It's becoming more and more difficult to tell whose side this guy is on. Yeah, completely understandable. Now, could someone tell me how the hell I'm meant to... There we go! Doom, doom, That was brilliant. Give it all the hearts. Unfortunately, there is only the 2 trials of Danganronpa trigger Hatty Havoc at the moment, but rest assured, the moment the 3rd comes out, we will be playing it. We must find out more of this story and what the hell is going on. I mean, we all want that, don't we? This is getting good. I know I called it at the start that it'd be the core agent, but I actually, when I first started, didn't think it was the core agent. So, yeah. Well, everyone, what can I say other than thank you all for joining me today? I have been your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I hope to see you all again next time. But I'm afraid that, until then, it is time for me to bid thee all farewell, good day, and finally, good night.